All right. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vays, coming to you live for the second time in a 24-hour span due to the crazy market action that is going on. And let's go straight to the charts and take a look at this absolute insanity. I hope a lot of people get to join. It is evening time on the US East Coast, early afternoon on the West Coast. Australia should be fully awake. Asia should be awake. Europe, well, we'll find out. Thank you for joining us. And let me go straight to the charts. Jeez. All right. So I don't know what the hell is going on. Did Tesla say something? I know they have earnings. I know they have earnings releasing on Monday. I don't know if today counts as Monday. The hell just happened? Oh no, nothing. Okay, I'm still streaming, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind. I don't. Something disappeared on my end, but I think we're fine. Yeah, New York should still be awake. Europe? I don't know. It depends. Maybe England. Australia is definitely awake. All right. Anyway, so I cannot explain this. I don't know what's going on. I was looking at the price of Bitcoin a few hours ago, and I was just like watching it when it was down like in the $47,000 range, and I'm like, shit, here we go again. I was just on my phone. I was, I was like at an event, and next thing I know, I'm like, holy shit, what the hell just happened? Now, as you guys remember, when I was doing this video, not even 12 hours ago, more like 9 hours ago, I was talking about how it would be nice if by the end of day today, we're at 52,000. So 2 hours ago, where did the daily close? Let's go take a look at the daily. I'm really curious. Like, this is absolutely crazy, right? So the daily candle closes at 49,000. And then 1 hour later, we're at 52. So let's go to the hourly chart, right? So here's the hourly chart. So here's where the daily closed, right here. And then the following hour, we're at 51,000. And 1 hour after that, we're at 52,000. So I really wanted the weekly candle to close at 52K, which is where we are right now, 2 hours after the candle closes. That is absolutely insane. Now, you can see how the MACD has crossed. The RSI is going down. And I don't know what happened. If anyone knows what happened, I'm looking at the live chat. If anyone has a reason for this, I would love to hear it. I don't know what the reason is. I'm just looking at the charts. Now, speaking of charts, this green line represents where I would be bullish. But that's also because we were still going into the top of this triangle. I would have moved this green line to there. So this would have been my bullish versus bearish lines in the sand. And it's very, very clear that we broke the bearish line. We broke the bearish line right there. So obviously, I would be out of my position right here at the red line cross. But then we rallied past the line. So if I would have gotten out or shorted right at the red line, I would have done the complete opposite after the break of that red line if I, didn't blink. And then we broke the green line. So this is one of those classic like head fakes. And this is a really nasty head fake because it actually made a whole new swing low. I mean, this takes, man, I don't want to say, I don't like to use the word manipulation because I don't think this is manipulation. I think this is just whales screwing with you And the reason why I don't call this manipulation is because just because someone has more money than you and is able to move the market, as long as they're playing by the rules, there's nothing wrong with that. So to me, I like to reserve the word manipulation for some kind of, insider advantage or some kind of illegal activity. But if this was simply a guy or a few entities with money moving the market, then they have the money and they have the power to move the market. Someone said Michael Jordan of head fakes. Yeah, it definitely is the Michael Jordan of head fakes, or the Allen Iverson of crossovers. Either way, but this is a really nasty one. Really, really nasty one. On a daily scale, when we zoom out to the daily, this looks like a perfect MRI buy on the daily. But what you don't realize is that if you dig deep inside the candle, this crash happened in the last few hours of the day, and then it rallied back up in the final hour, and now we're just crushing it. So, I mean, as far as the MRI is concerned, it's a perfect call, an absolute perfect call, because when we look back at this MRI call, it's going to be like, wow, it literally called the perfect low with the reversal hammer candle. But inside that candle, I'll be the first guy to admit, no matter which side of the market you were on 6 hours ago, unless you have, the cojones of steel, you got rocked. If you had any kind of a leverage position, 5x and above, you probably got taken to the ringer. The only way to hold through this insanity is by having like less than 5x leverage. And even then, this is scary as hell if you're long. And what's happening right now destroyed you if you were short. So, man, the only people that were probably happy right now are the ones that are trading with under 3x leverage. So this goes to show you how challenging leverage is. But yeah, I mean, I haven't looked at the news, but I doubt the news is going to be very useful. Someone's asking about hash rate. Yeah, I mean, when this started crashing, I saw a lot of people mentioning 42K. And but it happened so fast, I didn't have time to really think about the consequences. I did see 47, just above 47 on my phone, and I'm like, oh boy. Then I turned my phone, and then I didn't look at the phone, and then I look at it a few hours later, and I'm like, holy shit! And I thought my phone made a mistake. I'm over 1,000 viewers right now. That's awesome, guys. Oh yeah. Fixed game saying I held through 2x leverage and was gonna add more at 44. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Like I said, if you're under 3x leverage or less, you were okay. But if you were 5x leverage and above, you probably got exited. Sand Snake, hey man. Yeah, you've been a long time follower. Yeah, I agree. This is where big leverage can get you into a lot of trouble. Yeah, no. I thought my phone app was broken too for a minute, because I looked at the price and it was 47, and then the next time I looked at the price and it's 51, and I'm like, what? I'm like, is that right? I had to like double check. Europe is here. Hey Hugo, I know I think you're out in Portugal. Yeah, well, if you're a trader, you probably all your alarms probably went off if you had like alarms set for shit. Tone, we went from bull trap on the breakout to bear trap on the breakdown. I don't know if we were on a bull trap though. like we never really got out of this triangle. We're still in the triangle. I don't think there was a bull trap. This is definitely a bear trap. And I don't think this is a bull trap. I think this is a legitimate move. By the way, shout out to Willie Wu as well. Willie Wu put out his newsletter earlier today. I read it immediately, and he felt we're about to rally hard. And the specific language in that newsletter, I think I still have it open on my computer. I'm just gonna read one part from it because it was totally on the money. I'm sure Willie won't mind, considering what just happened. And Willie is gonna come on the show on Thursday. Lala, here's what Willie wrote. Price is now at the estimated price floor. That was kind of his price floor. Buyers have stepped in. And here's what he writes. This is awesome. There may be a little downside in short time frame dips, but overall the fundamentals point to a price climb. The bottom is in or very close to it. And he published this literally like 6 or 7 hours ago. So, man, Willie, shout out. But he's going to take a little break from the newsletter. So I'm not sure there's going to be any more for like the next few months. There might be. But I think he's taking a little break from the newsletter. But yeah, called it right on the money. Love Willie's newsletter. It's awesome. I think this is a legitimate move. It just has to get past this moving average, or on a better look on a daily chart, right? So this candle begins a 1 to 4 candle correction to the upside, and then we reevaluate. The challenge is going to be the short-term moving average. This is the 20. No, I'm sorry. This is the 50-period moving average. So the 50-period moving average is going to be very, very critical. So let's see if we can get over the 50-period moving average. Hey, Brian, thanks for the super chat and then posting it in our Q&A private group. That's awesome. People are asking how they can get the MRI. Wow, this must be your first time watching the video. So you want to go over to tonevays.com. You want to go to products and services and click on MRI. But it has a one-time fee to it, and so you can check that out. Also, there's a free trading tutorial and my on-demand videos as well for learning trading. So, yeah, let me look at the live chat. I mean, I don't have much else to say. Someone did 30x at 47.5. Look at the 12-hour. That's ballsy. Going 12x at 47,500. I mean, even I would have. Well, let me look at the 12-hour. Don't tell me that's an MRI buy. Oh, right there, off by 1. I don't know, man. That's still ballsy. I would not have. I don't know if I would have done it. I know it's a 12-hour MRI buy inside the daily MRI buy, but it happened one candle earlier, and this candle would have scared me. I don't know. I don't know if I would have done it. But at least the GBTC should open nicely on tomorrow, especially if this keeps going. Let me look at the volume. Let's see what's going on with the volume on a daily chart. I'm going to open up the tone Vays volume, even though it still needs some work. I'm going to release it, I promise. No, wait, that's not the tone Vays volume. My scripts. Oh, wait, now there's 2 of them. That's not a lot of volume. Interesting. Maybe I should look at the low-level time frames. Let's go to the lower-level time frame. Oh, did we hit the RSI oversold? Oh, we just missed it by a hair. Missed it by a hair. Let me look at the volume on the 1 hour. Let's open tone Vays volume. Look at how the current candle is red. See, that's the difference between the tone Vays volume and other volumes, because the candle is green, but the tone Vays volume is red. The volume is not out of the ordinary. It's a little bit higher than these candles, but it's not crazy high. It's not even like these bullish candles. So just no more liquidity. The RSI definitely has divergence right there. Tone, can we reach 60,000 today? I don't think so. I don't think it's that strong of a rebound. I don't see it. I'll be happy if we can reach like 53, 54 by end of day Monday. Volume is weak. I agree. Volume is weak. TJ, thanks, Tone. Been watching you for a few years. You got me hodling Bitcoin and trading traditional markets, even though futures ripped my face off at first. Yeah. Futures are very leveraged. You got to be careful with those. Speaking of futures, let's see how the S&P 500 futures are doing this morning. Futures are up. I'm bullish. We're about to close on the highest close ever in the history of Bitcoin. Sorry, the history of the stock market. What about gold? Let's see how gold's doing. See, gold's coming up on an MRI sell, but it's consolidating right now, so I remain pretty bullish in gold. Man, that is one hell of a rip by Bitcoin. That is impressive. That is really impressive. Sucks that the green star is coming in so late on the 1 hour. What about the 4 hour? Yeah, look at the 4 hour. Jeez. That is one hell of a candle. That's the biggest 4 hour candle we had in a long time. A really long time. Wow. And it just started. I still have it didn't just start. Still have an hour and 35 minutes to go. Someone is asking, what is a bull trap? Well, the opposite of what happened 3 hours ago. Is Bitcoin going back down soon? I have no idea. Right now, my next critical level is right here. This combination of moving average and the underside of the breakdown. So the next critical level for Bitcoin is 53,300, and I'm pretty confident we're going to get there. On a daily scale, I have a critical level at 57,000. So if we can get above 53,500, I'm then looking at 57,000. And if we can get above 57,000, I think we're going to get to 70 or 80 fairly quickly. Yeah, so the 20 versus 50 moving average crossover is going to be a challenge. So this is what you have to be concerned about. There's a depth cross happening tomorrow. Well, or tonight, or today. Basically, right now we're about to have a depth cross. I think it's tomorrow is the official depth cross. Technically, if the price of Bitcoin goes to 60,000 today and 70,000 tomorrow, we can probably reverse the fate of the moving averages, maybe. But tomorrow is going to be the depth cross, and then it's going to stay there forever. So this is going to be a huge challenge. When if Bitcoin makes it to 57,000, it's going to be a big challenge to get over that hump. I don't really want to look at Bitcoin dominance right now. We'll look at it another time. Tone, your thoughts on the Biden's capital gains tax. Look, when people want communists in office, they will elect communists in office, and then they get what they deserve. I mean, what do you want me to say? There's a reason I was a Trump supporter. No one should complain about, unless you were at the Capitol that day on unless you were at the Capitol on January 6th trying to save this country from communism, you have no right to complain about the capital gains tax increase. I was there. Though I follow Gregory Monarino, I don't. I used to watch his videos back in, I don't know, like 8 years ago or something. But yeah, I don't watch it anymore. It was a long time ago. It was before Bitcoin. No, if I stormed the Capitol, I would have been arrested. I recorded the storming of the Capitol, though. I recorded it from a non-trespassing distance. Over 1 million people were there at the Capitol. Should have been more. 70 million people voted for Trump, and the Democrats stole the election. So out of the 70 million that voted for Trump, 10 to 20 million should have came to the Capitol. Yeah, I used to watch and listen and read all those gloom and doomers back in 7-8 years ago, and then I started thinking, and I'm not like I got out of the gloom and doom perspective, but in what happened in 2020 is getting me back into the gloom and doom world. But prior to 2020, it wasn't necessary. I highly doubt more than 60 million people voted for Biden. My over-under on fake votes for Biden is 20 million. In my view, they literally stopped the count in order to bring in another 5 million fake votes to beat Trump. I'm going to start permanently banning people that are mentioning scams in this channel. So if you just got permanently banned from comments, you know why. Oh, I see one more. Nah, Trump's not going to run in 2024. He's too old. MRI on a 30-minute. Let's go take a look. Waiting on MRI. Ooh, that's not good. But it's only a 30-minute chart, right? But this oh wow, 30-minute chart has done great. People are asking me if I'm American. I was at the Capitol. I was live streaming from the Capitol on the 6th. I may be an immigrant, but I was definitely fighting for the country. So the 30-minute chart has done well on the MRI. This is one candle off. So like I said earlier today, it's not a perfect MRI buy, but if the low comes in on the candle before or after, it's still a legit MRI buy, and the low came in the candle after. This top came in on the MRI candle, and this top came in on the prior candle. So we're looking at a 1 to 4 candle correction, and then probably more upside. No, I don't like silver. I don't believe in silver. Seyfedin's book really helped me understand why silver has no monetary value, because silver historically was money because gold needed a micropayment, but gold doesn't no longer needs a micropayment. Well, first of all, I don't think gold will be money. Again, because of technology, but gold could be infinitely divisible now. Like if the world does go back to a gold standard, the current technology will allow gold to scale. So silver is no longer needed. Silver is just an industrial metal. So I would never buy silver other than a short-term speculative trade. I would never hold silver long-term. It makes absolutely no sense. Oh, I think this is my 4-hour chart. Let's see how many viewers I lost by having the political discussion. No, I didn't lose that many. We're up to 1,500 viewers. No, I agree. Silver has awesome antibacterial properties. It's great. I mean, there's a reason why it's called silverware. Man, so many people are asking for Ethereum. Well, this is Doge. Doge is hanging in there. Ethereum on the hourly. The MRI was doing really well for Ethereum. This is Ethereum versus the dollar. I mean, it's looking bullish. Consolidation at the top's bullish. We're about versus Bitcoin. It's still bullish versus Bitcoin. Again, consolidation at the top is bullish. Yeah, you guys are gonna see the top of my head because my chart is on a monitor like below the camera. I can turn the camera off. There's no reason to look at the top of my head. There you go. Tone, how can Bitcoin be a store of wealth if it's so volatile? Well, that's a silly question. Like this. Maybe I should turn on a 12-month chart. Does this look volatile to you? Forget the right side of the scale, right? Does this look volatile to you? Doesn't look very volatile to me. But now that I'm looking at a 12-month chart, guess what happens next year? Next year, we get the mother of all MRI tops being the annual MRI top. So when people say Bitcoin's too volatile to be a store of value, and why are we even looking at candles? Does that look volatile to you? Let's drop everything else. Let's drop the MRI. I didn't drop the MRI. Let's drop the MRI. Does that look like a volatile chart to you? Now we can go back to monthly, right? And just zoom out. Does that look volatile to you? Nah, maybe the monthly looks a little bit. So let's do 3 months. How about that? That looks pretty good to me. Show me a better chart. Like it's crazy when people say, how can it be a store of wealth because it's so volatile? Just wait. Just wait a year or two, and then you'll understand why it's a store of wealth. Can I put my chart in night mode? Not really. I don't like night mode charts. I can't read them as well. And also, when I do these streams in the sun, it's much more difficult to read the black background than the white background. So this is my monthly chart, and I need it as candles. And I also need the MRI, and we can also put in the moving average. Yeah, but it's a good thing I was answering the question because I just saw that we're coming up on a yearly MRI top, which is going to be interesting. Oh, by the way, people were asking me about my backgrounds. So I just tweeted it out. So right here I have more backgrounds, but here's a bunch of my backgrounds. So you have 9 backgrounds right here from different cities. Dubai, Hong Kong, Singapore, Washington, the moon, which is what I'm using right now. And then we have a couple of Vegas, Miami, and New York. So I tweeted it out. So go ahead, check those out. And since I'm not on charts, if you want to support, you can purchase one of my educational on-demand videos on trading. Those interested in the MRI can go to Products and Services MRI. And those that just want to have a free tutorial, you can just go to Learn Trading and follow all the links that I have here for you. Let's look at the mempool. Let's see what's going on. Mempool is really picking up. This is great. We just cleared 12 set per byte transactions and 13 set per byte transactions. That's absolutely awesome. Hash rate's coming back. This is good. But the weekend is ending, so we can look at Felix's what the fee. It dropped significantly. So if you send a 15 set per byte fee, you can probably get your block cleared in the next few hours. Tone, do you agree that we need to close above 56,000 for reversal confirmation? No, I need 57. I need 57, guys. I need a clean close above both of these moving averages. I need to close above 57, and actually I need a full candle, kind of like one of these, like these candles. I need a full candle above this. So I need at least a close above 57, not 56. But yeah, now I don't want to start a political discussion again, but hey, apparently the majority of the people wanted Biden. So I actually hope Biden puts in a 98% tax on capital gains, because I ain't going to be paying it, because I ain't going to be living in this country for long. So I'm going to be out. I mean, you guys wanted Biden, and you guys are going to get a 98% capital tax gain, and whatever other communist policies they want to put in. Like, I don't care. I ain't going to be here. Have fun. Enjoy. Can I explain the depth cross? I mean, the depth cross is very simple. It's when a lower period moving average crosses under a higher period moving average, and is traditionally used for 50 versus 200. But a lot of people also use it for 20 versus 50. But those are the common moving averages. What moving averages am I using on a 4-hour? Good question. Let's go take a look. 20, 50, 200, the traditional simple moving averages. I actually like shaving my head. The only problem is when I'm in the desert, like Dubai, in the sun. So now I gotta start putting sunblock on my head. I don't even like sunblock in general, but I have no choice. I have to start putting sunblock on my head or start wearing hats again. But other than that, I really enjoy the shaved head. It's awesome. Should have done it like a decade ago. Hey, thanks for the super chat, Merrick. Appreciate it. I'm liking that 30-minute chart because of the MRI. So let's see how this goes. What will happen if the moving averages cross? The moving averages will cross. I mean, nothing's going to happen really, but I'm waiting for. Oh, I missed that super chat from Alan. Alan, how did I miss your super chat? So, I mean, nothing's going to happen, but I think the price is going to pull into it. The question is, will it break it? And that's going to be a challenge. Alan, let me read your super chat. Love all you do. Can you please talk about the GBTC premium? Why do you think it will recover while there are more options in the market and big companies are just buying of Coinbase or any other exchange? Well, let's talk about it tomorrow because right now we're in the middle of the weekend. So I'll talk about GBTC premium tomorrow. Well, it's going to recover because, like you said, there's less people, there's other options in the market. So because there's other options in the market, people are not going to buy into you have to understand how GBTC works. I've tried explaining it many times, but people still just don't understand how it works. It's people buy into the trust and they lock up their Bitcoin for 6 months. And then when they're ready to sell after the 6 months, they generate GBTC shares to get out of the trust. But if GBTC shares are trading at a negative premium, then why on earth would you buy the trust only to sell Bitcoin at a loss? So no one is going to buy into the trust. And if no one is going to buy into the trust, then no GBTC shares are going to be created, no new ones. But demand for GBTC is still there, especially with a negative premium. Because I want to buy the negative premium because there's not going to be any new shares created as long as there's a negative premium. So it's like a chicken and egg thing. So now, within the next 6 months, there's going to be a bunch of demand for GBTC shares, but no more new supply of GBTC shares. And the GBTC premium will probably go back above zero until it eventually just reaches equilibrium, probably when this thing turns into an ETF. Someone's asking me for a meetup in Los Angeles. Yeah, next time I'm in Los Angeles, I'll try to do some kind of a meetup. Thanks, Tube. Am I back to bearish if price drops below 50? No. If price drops below 50, I'll still be bullish. The price will need to drop back below 49. 49, this line has not changed. The price will need to drop below 49 and close below 49 and on at least a 1 hour basis, probably on a 4 hour basis for me to be bearish again. I see this as a monster bullish move. And I'm thinking 53, 54, and then possibly 57. And then we'll reevaluate. If they keep printing money, we may have a $1 million Bitcoin. Yeah, probably sooner than later. No, I don't speak French. I want to speak Spanish. I mean, that's the language I really want to learn is Spanish. When do I predict Bitcoin hits 100? I think Bitcoin will probably hit 100 or come close to it this year, but not on the first go, like at the end of the year. I think Q4 of this year will hit 100. I still think we're going to go to 70 or 80, and then we're going to have a big correction, and then we're going to start rallying again in Q4, rallying hard. All right, guys, I think this is good. I mean, we're still at 1,400 viewers. Probably do this all day, but I don't want to check shitcoins, guys. Tone, GBTC bounced nicely off the 21 weekly MA on Friday. Any significance to the 21 weekly MA? Not really, same as the 20. Are you planning on adding to GBTC this week? Yes, I am. I am planning on adding. Let's see where it opens tomorrow. A third of the companies the S&P 500 are reporting earnings this week. Yes. Something tells me we are going to find out something else. Someone else bought Bitcoin. Maybe. I don't know how obligated they are to announce that during an earnings call. Does a yearly MRI top predict a bear market in the following years? We're gonna find out. We never had one before. Like the S&P 500 had a yearly MRI top this year. Where am I here? Here's the S&P. It had an annual MRI top this year. Let me turn on the annual chart. But you have to see it in the beginning of the year. Like if I turn on the monthly chart, look at the first month of the year. This is February, that's January, that's February, and that's March. So the crash happened in the beginning of the year, and it was a big crash. So if we now go back to the annual chart, this turned out to be a positive year, but when the year started, we crashed big time. We erased 1, 2, 3 years in the first 3 months of the year. So this MRI top was nothing to ignore. I mean, in the first 3 months, you just took out 3 years worth of gains in the first 3 months. That was scary. So the MRI top annually is, not a joke. Sorry, guys, I don't do night mode. I prefer this. All right, Michael, thank you for your super chat. All right, guys, I need to get going. We're going to call it a day. I'm going to turn my camera back on. I'm going to turn screen share off. And thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all